Shalom, I'm giving all praises unto Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Korash. Double honors unto the apostles of great millstone, and the honest brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And the brother everybody are coming out here to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Korash, giving all praise unto Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Korash. Okay, this particular video is going to be based upon the justice. Right, the justice of the Lord. Right now, we're living in a situation where justice for the children of Israel is prevented. Right, it's neglected. We don't receive justice for the reproach that we receive. Starting first and foremost with the captivity of the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, there hasn't been justice that's played out upon the face of the earth. And we see that is an evil to the Most High. As a matter of fact, the scripture says, seeing it is a righteous thing to recompense tribulation unto them that trouble you. And indeed, we have been troubled for the red Hebrew Edomite Esau. Right? And we see within the scriptures, there is a biblical precedence for justice to be played out. Multiple times we've seen the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai, give us power or raise us up a deliverer to deliver us from our oppressors, and our oppressors have been very much reproached for the controversy of Zion, for lack of a better way of putting it. And now we see we're in the same situation right now where we need a deliverer. We need somebody to take us out of the situation that we're in right now, where our enemies are in a position where they can make merchandise for the back of us. They could mock us, they could reproach us, right? They could put us in captivity, slavery, so you can understand. They could do all kinds of different things to us. And they believe within their hearts that there is no retribution for that. There's no reparations for that, okay? Jake out here throughout the four corners of the earth thinking about some kind of monetary gain for the back of being in slavery. No, what the Most High is getting ready to do by sending his son Salakia, is to completely turn the tables on his head. Namely, Esau's in power right now, and it's ready to get to be changed, right? To being Jacob being on top. Pursuant to the book of Daniel, the 2nd chapter and the 44th verse, in the days of these kings shall the Most High set up a kingdom which shall not be destroyed, but it shall not be left over other people, but it shall break in pieces, consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. Right? To add to that, we see within the scriptures, within the book of Lamentations 4:22, how that Esau, he hasn't drunk for the cup of slavery in a long time. Back within the day, within the history, we see Esau was a slave unto us, man. He was a base man, right? There was our servants, and now they become to be lords over us. And the scripture talks about how that's not right, man. Right? I've seen the evil within the earth. The servant, right, is upon a horse. A horse represents a position of power, and really, you don't see a servant upon a horse. Okay, the lords are supposed to be on a horse. Okay, the lords are supposed to be on a horse, and who's the real lords? We're the real lords upon the face of the earth. To the end, the scripture says, "Thou art a holy people. The Most High has chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself above all people upon the face of the earth." And we see a situation upon the face of the earth that's an evil, in that the Most High has got it to where we're serving our servants. that's kind of like a weird thing. Okay, it's kind of like a strange thing. But through the strangeness of our salvation, that's going to be put right. Okay? Through the strangeness of the salvation of the children of Israel, we see these things are going to be played out here, like we see within the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter and the 21st verse, wherewith not us, not by our own power, but rather the power of Yahweh Shai, the Most High, is going to put our enemy Esau back in chains. And as a matter of fact, when we read the book of Obadiah, right, key events are going to play out within the earth, so that balance must be stricken. In other words, the complete annihilation of the nation of Edom is coming up about upon the face of the earth, according to prophecy, wherewith the scripture says, prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquity of their fathers. Again, what's the first iniquity? You put us into slavery. Now that was the punishment of the Most High, but you're the instrument by which the Most High put us into captivity. So you're just going to have to receive of your own works. Okay? Revelation 13th chapter, round about the 9th verse, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. That's when balance is going to be stricken within the earth. Right now, there is no balance because that hasn't taken place. But we see within the scriptures, balance must needs take place. The Most High, right, it doesn't like unjust waste. So balance must needs take place upon the face of the earth. Right? Prepare slaughter for their children. Why is it going to be your children? Why is it going to be your children? Because you are your children coming back. Right? Your legacy within the earth, right? Your children enjoy that. You see, America's got all kind of riches and resources because they was able to have the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans in hardcore slavery for the longest time. Right? So you can say, yeah, slavery was a long time ago. One, you are your children, right, coming back. Two, your children have enjoyed, right, the wealth that was acquired by means of slavery. Your children, right, enjoy the wealth and the resources that came by way of slavery. So therefore, if they've enjoyed the wealth that came off of the back of slavery, they're going to be punished for the reasons by which that slavery took place, right? Putting the Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans into hardcore slavery. Okay? Let me just make a turn over here. That's fine. Right, so let me get back into the video. So prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, so that they do not rise up and possess the land and fill the land with cities. And that calls to remembrance the book of Malachi, right? The Malachi, the first chapter, where the scripture says they had a border of wickedness they was going to build, but the Most High Yahweh Shemashai was going to throw down. Because Esau likes to come, right, take down cities, take down nations, and rebuild, so to speak. But the scripture says that the Most High was going to rebuild, man. The Most High was going to rebuild. The scripture says that they shall build, but the Most High will cast them. The Most High will destroy their cities, man. So this is what we're getting into, right? You burnt out. You participated in the raising of our nation. So the Most High was going to allow us to participate in the destruction of your, right, of your world, so to speak. Okay, but Yahweh Shai is going to be the one that's going to do it. Okay, but we join heirs with Yahweh Shai, so we're going to get a little fun too. Anyways, that's the video for this morning. With that, I'm going to say all praise unto Yahweh Shai, right? Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone. Honest your brothers if you're pushing these truth in sincerity. I'll see you on the next one. Shalom.